Okay. Do y'all want me to just start talking through it or?
It's good with me.
Yep.
Okay.
Go to it.
Yeah. So, when well, let me just sort of start with saying that Barb initially sent me a test project. And so that is what is visible on this screen. Um, and so with that test project, she sent me $400. And the additional $40 is dedicated to, I think, the fee that comes with each dollar that we spend.
Right.
And so because I haven't done anything in here yet, I have $0 that are committed and $0 that are spent. Okay. So let me over to the left tabs here. I will also say that I went in and just like changed some of my settings, and it wasn't anything that was different from any other settings that you would change in any other app or program. But I wonder if that could be helpful for people to do too. So start with like changing your settings. It let me add my phone number. And when you add your phone number, they like need to verify that that's correct. So I went through and did that. So that's probably the first place that I would start. And then any projects that you have open or available, you'll either be able to see like in that home screen, or I think if you do view all, it'll pull up as well. And so just in terms of the data that it like gives you here, so like the name of the project is like the test project. This one is listed as never expires. The $440 that I mentioned, 0 spent, 0 committed. Jim, these additional columns here. So like I guess the value could be any amount. So like I will get to choose how much each participant gets. And then I'm not sure what this one is. Delivered count. Okay. So you can kind of move some of these apparently.
Yeah.
I'm learning that now. So like that's the amount that has been delivered. So yeah, I think folks can kind of play around with that a little bit and kind of get a good sense of what that does. So I'm going to go ahead and click on, again, I accessed through view all. I'm going to go ahead and click on the project. And there are multiple tabs that popped up top. And so to start with just like an overview, this just gives you a sense of what you have done so far with the project. And again, in this case, 0, because I haven't sent anything out yet. Each one has settings. So in this case, the project name was just my name. Description was test project. And then right now it's in test mode because this isn't for an actual study. This is just one that we're testing out for the purpose of this training. You can add additional project members. And so right now that just lists, I think, me as a project member, or Barb might be on there too. I'm not sure.
It's just you.
Just me? Okay. And then phone number, this is, I think, relevant to like, not necessarily my phone number, but this is like the domain information. Let's see, start date, end date.
If you go back to your first project page that had some dates you could enter, there's an expiration date, and I think that might be handy, for instance, if you have a URG.
Oh, yeah.
And because it has to be spent, by the end of the year, so the cards have to be given out by then. You can put an expiration date on the envelope, so the participant only has a certain amount of time to claim it, so they're not sitting out there forever.
So are you talking about where I just was in settings, or?
In settings.
It is settings. Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. So that was just where I was. Expiration, and then it's got the start end date. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's something.
Yeah, any project for which your funding is like tied to the end of the fiscal year or whatever. And then this was interesting. So like requiring the envelope approvals, right? So I'm guessing that this is going to be if I want the administrator to approve the gift cards before they go out. That's where we probably would toggle that on. Am I right about that?
I think if you had a GA entering these, then you could approve them.
Okay. Yeah. So that's pretty cool. So like if a PI has a GA assigned to manage the gift cards, which I would do that now that I realize that that's an option. That could be really easy, right? If you have a dissertation or thesis student or somebody doing an applied project, that's their project, and you're using the system, they could be the person that's responsible, but then it all would have to be approved through you, which is sort of in line with how our IRB works anyway. Like students can work on those projects themselves, and then the PI could approve it.
And you're going to want to invite them as a requester because
Okay.
you're an admin. So the admin and the approvers can approve them, but a requester can go in and do everything, add people, and then of course you're going to have to approve it.
Okay, cool.
Bria, you can click the test mode button and make this live. And you can change the project name and description if you would like to.
Okay. For the purpose of the training, I think I might, because I don't know that I want to enter the participant email addresses in, so I might go back and do it later.
Okay.
If that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Okay,
don't
so
want
we'll
that on the recording.
Yeah. So I'll leave it in test mode for now.
Okay.
Okay, so if you navigate away, the changes you made won't be saved. So let's go back here. Let's see. Where's the save button? Oh, save project. I expected it to be at the bottom, but it's up here at the top.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to turn off HIPAA because you don't have it on your
Gotcha.
contract. We'll have to add that.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay. So next, incentive. This is the fun part. What I particularly appreciate about this program is that participants can choose what incentive they are going to select. So just like if you have a credit card that like has points available, and when you earn a certain number of points, you can go in there and, you know, and choose maybe like what reward you want access to. This is the same sort of thing. So you can flip through as a researcher and decide which gift cards you want your participants to have access to. And so this morning when I went through, I just picked a few that we have used before. So Amazon, Target, and Walmart. But it may just make sense for people just to kind of give folks the opportunity to choose any, depending on the context of your study or what participants might be interested in. I could see like if you were running a study with adolescents, and you may not want them to like accidentally like click something that they may not, I don't know, Home Depot maybe or Lowe's, you know. So you could be a little bit more particular about which ones you have available, but it's nice that folks can kind of choose the gift cards that they can have access to. And you can see there are a long list of options here. So I put in these 3, and to add it, you literally just go in, and where did Walmart go? And just hit the button, add incentive, and it pops up on the right here for you. Okay. And then I'm gonna come over to design. And this morning when I was poking around in here, this is essentially like what the email or the text message is gonna look like when participants receive the invitation to get a gift card. And so these were things that I edited. So I just put, thank you for participating in our research study. And if you hit the edit button here, it'll pop you to a different page where you can put really whatever you want, right? Like all this is editable. Okay. And again, this is like what it will look like when participants get the invitation to receive the gift card. You can change the subject line of an email as well here. So you could say like, thank you for participating in the study, or gift card for your participation in our research study on blah, 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 blah. That way participants maybe won't think that it's spam, and they'll see that alert and they'll think, ooh, there's money in here for me. Another thing that folks might consider doing is in that consent form for your IRB, or like after people put their email addresses in, you know, to get access to the gift card, is telling them that the gift card is going to come from Trucentive. So later on, like I'm gonna do it where like y'all can see like what the email looks like when it comes through. And some people may think it's spam. So I think it could be helpful to say, like, in your consent form, you'll have a chance to earn a gift card, and this gift card will come from Trucentive. And then when they go to put their email address in later, remember, you will get an email from Trucentive that has access to your gift card. So that's one thing I think that people might consider doing. Okay, deliveries. Let's see here. I'm on my iPad, so it's a little bit more difficult to see here. But essentially, and Jim, correct me if I'm wrong, this is where you're adding, this is where you can add people in, or this is where you can see like what's been delivered, the gift cards that have been delivered.
You can see everything with regard to that delivery, who sent it, who received it, whether it was sent via SMS or email.
Yeah.
Was it viewed? Was it claimed? It'll even show what card it claimed. So you can use that information to consider what options you're going to use for future programs. So it gives you a lot of flexibility on all that information, whether it's test mode, the amount, all of that information is available on that tab. So it gives you the full detail, as does the envelope groups. Groups are just a group. If you load 10 people at a time, it'll create a group of 10, but everyone individually will be on the deliveries tab.
Got it. Okay, and it looks like you can export it too. So like right now, because you can't really see what's going on here, let's just see if I can open it up real quick. Open and downloads, just so y'all can sort of see what it looks like here. I'm on my iPad, so it's kind of wonky. But the point is, you're able to see those deliveries. Like it'll let you export it to a PDF or to a CSV file, which probably would have made more sense in this case. Okay, you can set reminders for people who like haven't claimed their awards. Let's just click and see, right? Like you can set it for a particular amount of time. Like if a week goes by and people still like haven't claimed it, you can set a reminder. And again, like you can change the subject and then it'll let you edit the message as well. So that takes out, at least thinking about like how I've used gift cards before, like having to remember and go in and see, okay, like who claimed the gift card, who I need to send a reminder to. This program handles all of that for you and just makes it a lot easier, in my opinion, for the PI. You get the information in there, you send it off, and then it tracks everything for you. Okay. I'm not sure we need these. Yeah, you can do some stuff with integrating into like different other different programs, but we're primarily a Qualtrics user. So I don't know, Jim, is there anything relevant to that you think could be helpful, relevant to integration?
No, I think for the model that you're running, it's probably not important for talking about today.
Okay. Okay, well, when it comes to adding people, let me get you all's faces back out the way since we're on Zoom. Okay, so when it comes to adding people, again, like I found this pretty easy. Let's see here. So I have these gift cards that were available. And essentially you can add these either like manually by like just clicking the add a recipient. And this is what I did when I tested myself. So we'll do this again today. And then I will pull up, when this comes up in my email, I will show y'all what it looks like. Let's send me $10. Okay. So you can add, oh, look, it gives you a warning. Check that out. This person has already been sent an envelope for this project, right? Because I was playing around with it this morning and I had already typed that address in. And I, come to think of it, that's a really helpful feature because, when we run studies out of our lab and we have this long list of, I don't know, 100 participants who've signed up to get the gift card. And then sometimes people get in there multiple times. And obviously there are ways to track that in Excel, but this makes this much easier where the program is actually just telling you, yo, like this person already earned the gift card or has been sent an envelope for the project. So you put the person's information in there. And then let's see here, I'm forgetting, up here, send one envelope. So then you just hit the send button. And it's telling me again you already sent this person $10. Yes, send me another 10 bucks. So we're gonna hit that. And then I'm gonna go back over just so that you can see, how do I get back over there? Let's see. I'm gonna just go the way that I know. I could be, that there could have been an easier way to go about this, but we're gonna do what I know. Let's go back to add recipients. You can also add a list. So you would put in the participant's first name, last name, the delivery address, which I'm thinking that's just the email address. If there was like a backup or something like that. And then if you had this information available, you could put it. But in most cases, I don't know. For me anyway, I don't know that I would need this additional data. So when you are creating your list of participants that have signed up for gift cards and that you want to provide incentive for, this is the template that you would use. And so getting their information in there and then just simply going into the program and getting it uploaded.